So, this week I picked up Sleeping Dogs again, which as we know is a great game where on a general level there are very few flaws to speak about, but a couple of jarring inconsistencies still remain that do invite the odd curiosity or two, such as why can't I throw an aggressive enemy off of a 4-foot wall in the midst of a busy punch-up when I can, quite easily, send an innocent bystander careening over the edge of the motorway for doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. More control over that elusive bullet time mode would also be fairly handy, as it only seems to happen when your character is either about to perform a stunt jump or shoot out some poor copper's tyres. And when I'm bombing down the road at an ungodly speed and I suddenly realise I have about half a second to remind myself which turning I need to take, I end up in a mild state of panic. Do I go left or right? Oh, it doesn't seem to matter anymore since I'm having glass for lunch. I'm also, to this day, not entirely sure whether the stunt jump pose our gallant protagonist Wei Shen adopts whilst driving a car was intended to double as a fun mini-game where the player can freely bitch-slap any passing motorcyclist with the driver's door on a mere whim. Now, I'm not denying that a strange satisfaction is prevalent there, but I do detest its presence, as once you discover it for the first time, the amount of willpower needed to resist doing it again is probably comparable to trying to kick a heroin habit after being locked in a room constructed entirely of heroin. So in essence, what the game truly excels at is making you do things you're not proud of, whilst at the same time always patting you on the shoulder and saying, but deep down you're a cop, so you've got a moral license to behave like a bit of a dick in the name of the greater good. And even despite this, there are times where I feel compelled to try and carjack a moped like a gentleman, but even that feels like an action laced with sadistic irony, and the more leisurely and casual your escape, the more cruel and soulless it ends up feeling. Of course, a failure to understand and judge basic physics can also have dire consequences here, and as it seems to happen to you so much, you begin to devise even shittier ways of absolving yourself of your actions. And motorbikes don't offer any more security or control, as even trying to pop an instant wheelie can sometimes have disastrous consequences, not to mention the problems associated with the city's many buses. If I seem more militant than usual today, it's because Sony have recently and once again made my shit list by releasing The Last of Us as a PS3 exclusive, which is a bit like saying, so I've just made this delicious cake of which you're more than free to try a slice, but to fully enjoy it you'll have to eat it out of this here fucking dog bowl.